point I want to talk about is the importance of having patience. You see, when everything is already handed to you, you don't need patience. You just want it now because you're able to acquire it right now. There's no boundaries. There's no limits. It's just, this is what you want. Have it. Here you go. And there's other people who have to kind of, well, most of us work for what we want, work for the money we want, hustle a lot just to get to the point where we're somewhat content. But I suppose when you're born into it already, you're not going to be that content. You're kind of like, yeah, well, this is a standard. This is how it's supposed to be, right? Maybe it's not your time yet. You still got work to do, and you still need some years to go through. I mean, it's not fair, but it'll work in your favor if you work at it. You'll become better than the people who peaked at 18 years old, because you just have a different perspective, a more mature perspective on the whole thing. You realize it's not supposed to be given to you. It's not supposed to be that easy for you as a man anyway.
Do you think genes matter?
Genetics, genes matter. Levi's.
Do you think
This is
some
what
people
you need
are?
to be wearing, but yeah.
Do you think some people are just genetically superior?
Well, I suppose it's a fact of life that some people have some genetic advantages, even though it's not a politically correct answer. I know we want to say we're all beautiful, just all the same, equal, like there's no differences between me and you, we just all have the same attributes, physical attributes. So, but the thing is, if you're 5'2", and you're comparing yourself to someone who's 6'2", like a woman might have a preference for someone who's a bit taller. What can you do about it? I know you can kind of justify it in your mind, like it's about personality and all that stuff, but sometimes genetics wins. Depends on the circumstance, really. Not in every case. I suppose I suggest to ignore all that. Not ignore all that, but work on your gifts, whatever you got. God has blessed you with some gifts, whether it's your intelligence, your physicality, your strength, your place of birth, it all plays a factor, I suppose, but you can't let any of that hinder you. If it's an advantage, then fair enough, but you'll probably take it for granted anyway. But maybe you just had to mature genetically, mature into your face. Your hair needs to darken a little bit. I know it sounds like, you needed to grow that beard a bit stronger and define your personality a bit more. You needed some time. You're not already set with, all right, this is your personality. Now it's fully fledged. It's finished. Not really. I mean, you still can make improvements. There's still a lot to carve, to modify, but ultimately you want to define it. And it becomes stronger and stronger with every year. Every year you become more of who you are. You're more entrenched in your character, your identity. Listen, time is valuable, okay? Even more valuable than money. You can get money anytime. You can get into new relationships, but make sure you use your time wisely. I just want to make sure with every year I'm improving somewhat. I'm not going down a downward spiral. I'm just always on track and trying to mature in the best way possible. So when I get those new grey hairs in my beard or my hair, I'm not thinking, oh my god, I'm so old and decrepit. It's more like I'm a silver fox. I'm mature. I'm more cultured. I'm more of a gentlemanly looking individual. You gotta see it differently. So all in all, if you're a late bloomer, often things will happen better for you. Things are gonna come, and when they come, you're gonna be ready for it.